ERP9 as your business management application is to create a company in Tally.ERP9. Creating a company in Tally.ERP9 is simple. Here, you enter vital company information such as its name, address, and email. Select the region to enable statutory compliances for the region and enter the currency details to be used as the medium of exchange. You can also select the mode of maintaining your books of accounts, either as accounts only or accounts with inventory according to your business requirements. Enter the financial year beginning date. In case the book's beginning dates are not the same as the fiscal year, you can enter the date of commencement of your business. Tally.ERP9 allows you to close your books of account at any time in the financial year or continue with the same file for the next fiscal year. Tally.ERP9 allows you to create and maintain as many companies as you may need and select them from the directory as and when you require them. The data for each company is stored in a separate folder. Likewise, any feature enabled in a company is restricted to that company. Tally.ERP9 will display them as a list on the left of the screen. Just shuffle between the companies when you need to enter the transactions. It's as simple as
The key to using information technology in business management and planning is effective handling of business masters. The business masters are the key elements involved in summarizing each and every aspect of business undertakings. Starting with simple credit and debit transactions, business masters are used to identify complex budgets, cost centers, and other business agenda. Tally.ERP9 makes it easy to identify and segregate business masters by enabling grouping of masters appropriately. For example, customers are grouped under sundry debtors and business expenses are grouped under indirect or direct expenses. You can create bank accounts, cash ledgers, employee masters, tax masters, suppliers, business units, warehouses, and group them accordingly. Tally.ERP9 comes with a default set of groups. Alternatively, you can redefine and regroup to create customized groups of accounts. Similarly, stock items, units for measuring merchandise are created and classified accordingly, enabling quick retrieval of stock summary. Sometimes a product compels the creation of both simple and compound units of measurement. Specific numbers of simple unit are combined to form a compound unit. In addition to grouping, the master creation process in Tally.ERP9 is distinctive in recording and organizing various levels of information using F12 configurations. Go ahead and explore the effects of various configuration options in master creation.
Recording of transactions occurring in a day-to-day business is a tedious and laborious task involving entries in dozens of books and handling of numerous accounts. With Tally.ERP9, recording transactions is possible with a couple of clicks. One transaction can be used to post entries in multiple ledgers. You can record various transactions simply by selecting the relevant accounting or inventory voucher. Payment transactions are recorded in the payment voucher, the cash or bank account paying the amount as well as the receiver account is updated in one go. Also, a single voucher can be used to record multiple payments and receipts, saving significant amount of time. The daybook in Tally.ERP9 displays all the transactions made for the day. You can select any entry and drill down to the voucher level where you could make any changes to the voucher. Making corrections was never this easy. Transactions can be configured to be recorded in single entry mode or double entry mode as shown. Single entry mode is an easy option to record transactions for a person with minimum accounting knowledge. This avoids the complexity in debit and credit norms.
With features to track sales and purchase cycles completely, Tally.ERP9 is the answer to organize your trading. Tally.ERP9 manages all sales, purchase and related taxes with ease. As in a typical sales cycle, you can generate sales orders and print delivery notes using Tally.ERP9. The sales invoice updates your inventory and account books and also allows you to print a copy of the invoice, which can be sent to the customer as an acknowledgement. Similarly, your purchase activities can be completely handled using Tally.ERP9. The complete cycle of activities is tracked using bill references and tracking numbers, allowing payment and receipt of amount by summoning respective sales and purchase transactions. Gone are the days when you had to maintain sets of books to keep track of inventory. Tally.ERP9 takes care of all that for you. With Tally.ERP9, a list of all your purchases and sales are just a click away. You can also track all your pending purchase orders, sales orders, and much more.
And payables can become unmanageable if not tracked. Imagine the luxury of not going through all your ledgers to track your receivables and payables. With Tally.ERP9, details of all your receivables and payables are available at the click of a button. Activation of bill-wise details of open bills in Tally.ERP9 can help you track receivables and payables and also compute interest on overdue bills. The option to provide bill references is integrated with sales and purchase, which helps in recalling the respective bills in receipts and payments. The bills outstanding from the customer are displayed in receipts voucher with their unique bill references. The amount received against bill references will update the respective pending bills. Similarly, the payables to a vendor are displayed in payment voucher. Payments can be made against particular pending bills. The outstanding reports for receivables and payables are updated till the last transaction. Any amount received in part against an invoice can be isolated and receivables would immediately be updated. In the same way, amounts received and paid in advance are treated appropriately. Identifying and contacting the parties of outstanding ledgers is no sweat. Simply click Contact on the right of the Pending Bills report and you will have quick access to his address and telephone number. Tally.ERP9 gives you an edge in organizing your receivables and payables, resulting in better cash flow and savings on interest.
Nine's definitive interface and usability allows people from different levels of business structure to use it with ease. The multilingual capability will now add to the usability factor. The user can change the interface to the language of their choice. Configure, display and use Tally.ERP9 in any given Indian language. Create masters, enter transactions, view reports and print in multiple languages. To change the interface language, just select the required Indian language from the list. The interface changes to display the fields and options in the selected language. The phonetic keyboard capability will allow you to translate any master. You can also key in the transliterated word for the master. The software understands the phonetic sounds of the Indian character being entered and displays the same on screen. A voucher entered in English can be viewed in another language and printed in a third language. All this is achieved without having to make entries in multiple languages. The option to print in any language enables the user to be customer oriented by printing the invoices to be sent in a customer specific language. On the whole, the multilingual capability enables you to make transactions in one language, view in a second language, and print the same in a third language.
The most enhanced feature of Tally.ERP9 is the generation and printing of reports. Your reports are ready at the click of a button. Reports in Tally.ERP9 are updated till the last transaction and no reprocessing is required. Each report can be drilled right down to the voucher level for analysis. Your trial balance is just a click away. So is your profit and loss account for any period and also the updated balance sheet of your company. Get an accurate picture of the financial health of your company at the stroke of few buttons. But that's not all. You can view the stock summary just as instantly. Many more reports can be viewed and configured to suit your requirement. A sales report can be configured to display gross profit on average stock items sold along with gross profit percentage. Cashbook and Bank Ledger gives you the summary of all your cash transactions spanning for different periods. And if you have multiple bank accounts, you can view the details from the respective ledgers. Reconciling the company's bank accounts with the banker's statement can be a tedious task. But Tally.ERP9 makes bank reconciliation seem like child's play. It allows you to verify the accuracy of the reconciliation. This is done by marking the bank date against the voucher. Tally.ERP9 gives the option of changing the date and date range for all reports. You can generate reports ranging from a week to a year. Tally.ERP9 also allows you to generate a comparative report for different time frames such as trial balance of first quarter and second quarter of a financial year. There are many other options concerning reporting in Tally.ERP9. You can explore the unlimited possibilities in report generation and printing.
In the planning and operational decisions, Tally.ERP9 is equipped with numerous MIS reports. The managers at different levels can configure and generate advanced business analysis without much effort and additional data. It is easy to generate cash flow and fund flow statements to know the source and expenditure of your finance for the past or forthcoming accounting period. Report on movement of goods, both inwards and outwards, is easy to generate. Comprehensive stock query gives complete details of stock items or group as well as suggests a list of items in the same category with the available quantity. Many other reports such as list of negative stock, post-dated vouchers, optional vouchers, statement of different ledger accounts are available with a single click. Imagine businesses with multiple companies. Maintaining accounts can be a Herculean task, not to mention consolidation of accounts at the year end. Grouping of companies to get consolidated reports of the group is a unique feature of Tally.ERP9. The resulting consolidated reports are generated based on financial data of individual companies. Any new transaction in the individual company accounts is reflected in group company accounts without having to redo the grouping process.
The profit or cost centers in Tally.ERP9 identify how various parts of the business contribute to the business profitability or success. thus isolating guaranteed profit centers or consistent loss-making units, departments, persons, or projects to which costs can be allocated. This information helps you identify your money-eating and earning business parts and enables you to take timely corrective actions. Cost centers can be created for different departments or projects or any particular tasks carried on involving direct or indirect expenses. The cost incurred can be allocated to each cost center on as-is basis, apportioning the general expenses. Creating and maintaining a cost center in Tally.ERP9 is simple. You can create as many cost centers for different projects as required. By creating multiple levels of cost centers, you can classify them as primary and subsidiary cost centers, which help in grouping and report generation.
Budgeting is one of the primary tasks of business management where income and expenditure are quantified financially prior to a defined period. To assist you in this dynamic task, Tally.ERP9 is equipped with the option to create and maintain budgets for specific tasks. Creating and managing budgets in Tally.ERP9 is a simple task. Budgets in Tally.ERP9 can be created for any given period and allocated to a list of groups and transaction ledgers hierarchically. The group enables accurate reporting, allowing you to compare your results with forecasts. Budget does the task of controlling expenses and enables periodical comparison or at the end of a given period. Budgets in Tally.ERP9 can be used to compare the actuals with budgeted figures and view variances.
Tally.ERP9 is suited perfectly for growing business, more so for business handling huge amounts of inventory. It is a valuable asset of any organization. Tally.ERP9's cost-effective solution helps business manage inventory at multiple locations. In short, you can deal with outward stock, inward stock, returns, and stock transfers between multiple inventory warehouses or storage locations. All you have to do is to create storage locations, which is as simple as creating other masters in Tally.ERP9 and record the movement of stock from one location to another using the stock journal. Inventory is updated with every movement, addition or consumption of stock. You can get stock status and balance details for any location at any given point of time. You can also compare your stock of inventory at various locations and ship materials to customer warehouse from the closest storage location, thus saving time and money. Tally.ERP9 streamlines the entire process of inventory management and allows you to monitor your stock movement and consumption from a single location.
In a business, it is important to maintain optimum inventory to meet your present and future stock requirements. At the same time, avoid accumulation of excess stock. This involves planning your purchases and optimizing your resource utilization. Tally.ERP9 enables you to achieve this balance by creating reorder levels, a method of maintaining sufficient inventory to meet customer needs while carrying appropriate inventory level. Creating reorder levels for different stock items is an easy task in Tally.ERP9. In setting up reorder levels, you can consider your stock in hand, supplier lead period, and your minimum order quantity to help you in finalizing your reorder levels. In advanced mode, Tally.ERP9 considers the past consumption patterns to suggest reorder levels. You can, however, choose to define your own reorder levels. The reorder status report gives you the minimum reorder quantity based on reorder level and pending purchase and sales orders.
You have a price list that caters to most customers, but you also have a special customer you would like to offer a special price. No problem. In Tally.ERP9, you can simply create a customized price list for specific clients. Firstly, create the price levels that you need and assign the same to the product price list and customer ledgers. You can create a price list for an item or group and give a price applicable date which can be modified when required. A staggered price list can be created with different discount rates and prices. These defined price levels are incorporated in a sales transaction. Tally.ERP9 calculates the value based on the rates defined for the price levels. The special price is automatically applied to the specific customer, limiting errors during a transaction.
Computing costs for specific jobs undertaken according to customer requirements and specifications is a snap in Tally.ERP9. Job costing in Tally.ERP9 will help you do this and more. It enables the tracking of costs and revenue information down to the smallest detail. It helps to ascertain project costs, comparison of actual costs with estimate, and the revenue from the final product. To start with, you need to define a job or a project as a cost center. Create locations dedicated to the job specified in order to record the consumption of materials. Transfer the materials used for the job or project through the stock journal and use the payment voucher to allocate expenses for the job undertaken.
The point of sale. This feature, coupled with common barcode scanners, will help your business in providing fast and accurate over-the-counter sales services. A separate voucher called the POS invoice voucher helps you in an over-the-counter sales environment. The option to receive payments through multiple modes such as cash, gift vouchers, credit cards, checks and so on gives flexibility in extending to customer requirements. This feature will make sales hassle-free, update your inventory and sales register, and enable the generation of various sales reports.
Today, business has become global, leading organizations to trade and transact in international currencies. This cross-border trading has made it compulsory to maintain multiple currencies with accurate exchange rates and also deal with forex gain and losses efficiently. Tally.ERP9's multi-currency feature simplifies your buying and selling functions in foreign currencies. In order to maintain multiple currencies, you will need to create them. Value of foreign currencies is calculated based on base currency, which is often the home currency. Enter the value in foreign currency to record sales or purchase transactions with international organizations. Tally.ERP9 calculates the forex gain or loss incurred due to fluctuations in exchange rates. The unadjusted gain or loss in the forex transaction is adjusted through a journal voucher, updating the unadjusted forex gain or loss in the respective ledgers. Managing your foreign currency transactions and maintaining accurate exchange rates is made easy with Tally.ERP9.
Payroll composition forms a major part of human capital management. As a company, your payroll needs differ at each organization level, every group and individual to include new components and calculations. Tally.ERP9's payroll feature is focused on giving the user a comprehensive solution for all his manpower expenses and reporting. The payroll feature is focused on processing employee record, creating pay heads, composing salary structure, generating salary vouchers, and compliance to all employee-related statutory requirements. Payroll is a dedicated module and can be enabled from the F11 accounting features. It is fully integrated with accounts to give you an experience of simple and accurate payroll processing. Create required pay heads, group them under appropriate pay head type for easier reporting and statutory compliance. Multiple calculation types offer flexibility in calculating salary for employees at different levels. Create employee groups or individual employees, in which case you can record employee information such as date of joining, general information, payment details, statutory details, etc. Defining the salary details of a group or an individual is very simple. You can select pay heads to give a proper cost structure as per your company policies. You can create individual salary details or replicate group salary structure for any number of individuals. Use the autofill feature in payroll voucher to compute employee salary automatically and print their pay slips. Many statutory reports relating to PF, ESI, etc. are directly computed and readily available. You can also print a payment advice to be sent to the bank. There are a variety of reports on computed salary and pay head types for internal reporting and statutory filing.
Tax deduction at source or TDS is one of the methods of collecting tax by the government. It was introduced with an objective to channelize tax payments by deducting tax at source. TDS is deducted at a prescribed rate by the person responsible for making the payment. The TDS module in Tally will make the statutory compliance process simple and easy to follow. Booking expense, TDS deduction, remitting TDS to the bank, challan reconciliation, issuing Form 16A to the deductee, e-TDS generation, TDS returns and other TDS reports are made available with self-help and easy pre-fill options for recording TDS related transactions. TDS percentages, deductee types and nature of payments are predefined in Tally. TDS percentages are applicable based on the deductee type and nature of payment. Tally will also allow you to change TDS percentage in case of lower or zero rate deduction. It goes a step further in providing TDS sections for all types of payments selected in TDS transactions. Enabling TDS for your company in Tally is a one-time process where you set up your company deductor details. The ledgers involved are party ledger, expense ledger and duty ledger. While creating a party or deductee ledger, TDS is enabled and the deductee type is selected. You can also furnish the deductee statutory information. Here, you see how an expense ledger is created by enabling TDS and allocating nature of payment for the ledger. Similarly, tax ledger is created by enabling TDS and allocating the nature of payment. Here, selecting the option Any for expense or duty ledger will help the user to have a single expense or duty ledger for multiple nature of payments and allow the user to select the nature of payment during transactions. Now we will see how TDS is deducted while accounting the expense. The TDS details sub-form helps in assessing the TDS amount and gives a unique reference number for the assessed value of TDS, which is recalled in TDS payments. If you do not wish to deduct TDS while accounting the expenses, you can do that in an additional journal voucher and take the help of the TDS deduction option. This will assign the TDS to the respective deductee and applicable nature of payments. This looks all very simple, isn't it? TDS deduction and TDS helper are two pre-fill options that make the cycle of deduction and payment easy. Now comes the easiest part, making the TDS payment. With the TDS helper option, you can select the nature of payment and deductee type in the transaction and additionally select TDS section for the payment being made. In a single step, you can make a payment entry and print the tax challan in the government prescribed format. If this isn't enough, see how easy it is to generate and print Form 16A for each deductee. Keep aside challan reconciliation, which now comes with the Set Challan Details option for one-shot entry. For those filling TDS returns on electronic media, Tally also supports eTDS. Have a look at other TDS reports and annexure generated using Tally.
Service tax is an indirect levy imposed by the government on taxable services. As more Tally.ERP9 presents the trusted remote technology that will help you to stay connected with your business round the clock from anywhere in the world. This will enable the business owners or the authorized persons to work on the required information even without physical access to the system. All this will be available to you at minimum additional requirements in terms of software or hardware. This is an inexpensive and secure mode to mobilize information. The entire remote access capability functions with the help of TallyNet framework, which makes data available to the remote users from anywhere, anytime. TallyNet provides the highest level of security and access control for your data. All you need to do is create remote users, authorize them, and connect the company to TallyNet during remote access. The remote users can be created from the control center in Tally.ERP9. Once the company is connected to TallyNet, you can log in from a remote location by entering the valid TallyNet username and password. The remote user can then access information based on the defined rights. During the entire remote access, both machines at the customer's place and at the remote location act as clients to TallyNet. This ensures that both the systems are protected and the machine holding the data never becomes a server and will never be visible on the internet. The magic is that data never moves from the original machine. Only the processed information is displayed via TallyNet at the remote location. You can view the required information from the remote location and take the necessary printouts. Your collection agent can take the printout of ledger balances for a party or related invoice and close the meeting while at customer's place. Very soon, the remote user will be allowed to enter and edit transactions. To disconnect, use the logout option and the data remains secure on the original machine. You have complete control on whom to give the remote access to your company data. You can authenticate any number of TallyNet users irrespective of the user being created in your Tally.ERP9 or not, and also set security levels to each TallyNet user. Secure information is one part of the magic. On the other side, you find that at any given time, the latest data can be viewed at a remote login. Updates can be viewed immediately, which is very unlikely with data copying and sync methods.
Tally.ERP9 is all set to take product support to the next level. The new support center is an inbuilt interactive feature that will enable the user to post, view responses, and close the queries related to the product. The support center in Tally.ERP9 displays all the queries posted from the application, those reported over the telephone, and those emailed, along with their corresponding responses. The support center provides a quick, round-the-clock, on-time, and centralized product support. You can view all the issues posted from different locations in a multi-site environment. Using the remote access facility, you can also view your support center from anywhere. Your support center is just a click away from the gateway of Tally. The support center lists all your queries with the query subject, author, mode of posting, and the status of the issue. You can view the issue details under the ticket summary. The fields and the options are self-explanatory to enhance your experience. Adding a new query to the support center is just as simple. You can choose to send a query either to a service partner or directly to the customer center, Tally Support. An appropriate subject line and a precise description will help in understanding the issue in the right sequence. You can view the response to a query in the support center. In fact, if the response is a request for further clarification, you can also reply to it from here. The reply option also enables you to thread the ticket number of the original issue. The support center allows you to close the issue when it is resolved. The status of the issue is changed from pending to closed but will be retained for your reference. To experience support at its best, anytime and anywhere, the support center can be accessed remotely from any location. Use the login option from Tally.ERP9, either running on a license or in educational mode from a remote location. For a given TallyNet user, all the accessible user accounts are displayed. You can select any account to access the respective support center. You can modify your view of the support center by configuring default groupings. Use the status filter and side filter option to list the issues. The thread view option displays issues grouped by ticket numbers where the response and reply cycle is threaded to one ticket number. The combined effect is a better support experience and a faster solution for all issues.
ERP9 has introduced the concept of central administration through accounts and sites to enable managing product license across locations in an organized yet simple way. The control center enables the account administrator or site administrator to manage and configure licenses, manage user and their privileges, manage account profiles, and change passwords. They can also use this option for recruitment and job postings. The control center can be accessed using the account administrator's ID to manage multiple sites or a single site registered under an account. In a multi-site account, the site administrator's ID is used to manage the corresponding site. The license configuration of one or more sites is centralized. You can enter or modify site details, change the site administrator's ID if needed, and change the status of the site. All this can be done from a single screen. The general configuration enables you to use updates pertaining to the configuration, activate data transfer, and allow or disallow access to IP addresses for the data interchange. You can create TDL packages using Tally website. These packs consisting of one or more TCP files that can be applied to the required site or to all the sites in an account using the TDL configuration option in Control Center or website. Update the license at respective locations to bring TDL files into effect. In license and configuration, we can have an overview of the sites and their status. You can use the detailed view or serial-wise view as required. It also displays the count of sites, active sites, pending for confirmation, not used, and number of sites surrendered. The user management option helps in the administration of users. You can assign a user to a site, allow remote access, and maintain the list of active users. This screen also displays the count of active remote users for an account. In addition to the predefined security levels, you can easily create and maintain security levels with specified access rights and assign them to the users. From time to time, you may want to change the details of an account. The Profile Management option in the Control Center allows you to change the account details as required. Additionally, you can also change the account ID just as easily. Changing the password for the administrator's ID is made simple. The option Change Account Admin allows you to change the account administrator's ID for an account whenever required. All this is to give you a centralized access to manage licenses and control user authorization. The administrator can accomplish all this from any location by spending minimal time.
If you need to consolidate the original data from the branch office without having to transfer a backup file, then Tally.ERP9's data synchronization is the right option, enabling you to update data between two different Tally locations via TallyNet servers or any public IP. Data synchronization in Tally.ERP9 is the perfect solution for updating data across locations. In Tally.ERP9, this synchronization is enabled by establishing a server-client link between Tally installations at the branch and head office in a secure medium. Let us now see how data is transferred between two Tally locations using the TallyNet server. Both head office and branch installations are prepared for synchronization by configuring the INI settings. You can now modify the INI options from Tally.ERP9 and set the status type for server and client installations respectively. This enables the respective sync configuration fields at both the locations. Configuration screens, select the options to set the basic behavior of transferred data. Now that the basic scope is set, it is time to configure the link settings. At the head office, configure TallyNet features by entering the connect name for the company along with contact details. The server company is connected to TallyNet server to receive the data from the client. Create the client sync rule at the branch office. Here you give a name to the sync rule and select the option to use TallyNet server as the sync medium. Importantly, give the connect name for the server company to be able to associate with your head office. Now synchronize the branch company with head office through TallyNet. At the head office, activate the sync office to import data from the client. Experience fast and secure transfer of data entered at the branch office. You have seen how the server and the client are connected through TallyNet. In case you are a company using a private IP for your network, data synchronization can be established through this private IP. To synchronize client and server installations through a private network, make the necessary modifications in the INI files and enter the information in the sync configuration at the server and client ends. Create a client sync rule at the branch. Give the sync rule a name and do not opt to use TallyNet server. Instead, enter the private IP and the port number of the server installation at the head office and give the connect company name. This setting will enable the client to transfer data to the head office. Activate the sync rule at the server end to enable transfer of data from the client to the server through the private IP. Have your original data transferred from branch office to head office and vice versa within no time. Get the power of simplicity. Get your business Tally ERP9.